I'm an architect with 40 years of experience. In the last 20 years, I have been focusing on proton therapy projects. And as an architect, I provide design services. But what's really unique about our company is we can custom design our design service. Some of our clients have architects they're already working with, or large institutions may have a favorite firm that really knows their standards, knows how to work with them, has worked with them for years. Problem is they don't offer proton therapy knowledge. And that's where I come in. And then there are projects where I'm offering and completing full architectural design for a project. And then there are other projects where I may do front-end planning and master planning and guide the concept, and then a technical architect may take over. Every project is different, and every arrangement and team assembly can be different as well. We can customize our design services for your specific needs. In the case where we are the project managers, we're typically not the architects, but we are helping to assemble the team of architects and engineers and consultants on behalf of the owner. Sometimes we're providing project management, not just because the project is unique, but because our clients are fully booked. They may have project managers on staff. They likely don't have proton therapy experience, so it's helpful to bring us in. But they also may be consumed with their work and just not available to be attentive. And a proton therapy project is very demanding in time. So we do offer soup to nuts, full service project management on behalf of our clients that need that level of care and attention on a project. And it really begins from pre-design all the way through construction, installation, commissioning, until we're treating patients. So the owner representation service that we provide is in a case where a client doesn't have proton therapy yet. They're not familiar with that as a business unit or a modality. And perhaps it's a new freestanding proton center that they may be thinking about building. I have provided services where I really sit on the owner side of the table and help the owner guide the project through its preliminary planning, budgeting process. Eventually, we get to design and construction and installation, commissioning, but there's a lot of pre-design work setting up the project that I help with. But when we do get to the point where we're actually designing it, as an owner's rep, I can help make sure that we're bringing the right experts to the table and making sure that we have the right consultants at the right time. So those kinds of services we offer as owner's rep, sitting on the owner's side of the table. Oftentimes we're providing subject matter expertise in an advisory capacity. And really what that means is typically our client already has their project manager assigned for the project. Usually that's from their own staff internally. And so they may not need the full scope of project management services, but they need experts on the team, experts with proton therapy. And with 20 years of designing proton therapy projects and also managing the process, I bring that expertise. The team may have been put in place already. You may find that you're lacking that depth of knowledge in the design and construction team. And so I can bring in a more limited capacity than, say, full project management services, where I work throughout the process with the team, but I'm really providing advice. The most interesting proton therapy project that I've done to date is one that I'm working on right now for Mass General Hospital. And this is a full upgrade. All of the equipment is being replaced. The upgrade project is a completely different process than a new build proton center. And it comes with its own challenges. How do you get the equipment out? How do you decommission the equipment and remove it from the building? How do you bring new equipment into the old footprint of the old system? So that all has to be worked out. In the MGH project, we realized early on that this project was a reverse engineering of a proton therapy project. All the while, we had to appreciate and maintain the FDA clearance of the new system. The decommissioning itself is completely new to anybody working in proton therapy projects. We haven't had to decommission a system before because if you think about it, all the projects to date have been new proton centers. We've done many dozen feasibility studies for clients. Oftentimes we'll put teams together that include market analysis, but as an architect, I really hone in on the feasibility of a site, and that leads to cost implications of that site and the size of the building in terms of rooms, and also the schedule. If you're considering a proton therapy center, not quite sure if it's going to fit or if it makes sense within your budget, I can help you, starting with big picture costs and schedule, what the implications are. I can certainly answer those. And we can study a site relatively quickly just to help you through those early stages. And then it can become a more expansive feasibility study if we kind of cross that threshold where it does make some sense to you. So if you're interested in discussing more about proton therapy projects or you need a little bit of help, feel free to reach out. You can email me or give me a call.